I want to say that many people today who are solid in this country, I included, we made our money during the time of Kibaki because government documents were respected. If you had an LPO issued to you from government, you could walk into a bank and get 50% as LPO financing because you do the work and you will get paid. Today, if you go to an LPO, to a bank, nobody will talk to you. He really dignified government contracts by making sure that contracts were only given when money was available and there was budgetary support. These great men pushed taxation, and we want today, as we remember him in a very fond manner, to say there's nothing wrong with the taxation. And Kenyans cannot be accused of refusing to pay taxes because Mwai Kibaki did it. Lipa kodi, ujitegemee, and people paid taxes, and they didn't complain because they saw a corresponding development and services. Kenyans don't have a problem with paying taxes, but Kenyans have a big problem in paying taxes that they cannot see what the money is doing. So we want to ask our brothers now in government to know that Kenyans are not complaining about overtaxation because they don't want to pay tax. They have a problem of paying taxes that are misappropriated, that are not used appropriately. And Mwai Kibaki is a living testimony that Kenyans are willing to pay taxes, but they want to see a corresponding service and development. Mwai Kibaki respected institutions. Ambassador Muthaura is here, and Ambassador, we want to salute you. Mwai Kibaki would not have succeeded without the support of the bureaucracy that you led. But he also allowed you to work, because we know he allowed people to work. Because if you have a supporting system that supports you, it can only be effective to support you if you allow them to work. Mwai Kibaki respected institutions, and going forward, that must be the way for this country so that institutions can work. Again, we must remember him for the 2010 Constitution, and all those who say that they remember him fondly, the way to dignify his legacy is to implement the Constitution and follow it letter and spirit. Because when we do that, we'll have a good country. Mwai Kibaki spoke very little and did much. Most of us are learning from him. Nowadays, I only talk once a week. I'm becoming a good student of Mwai Kibaki. Going forward, I will talk after 2 weeks, then one a month, because he spoke very little and did a lot, and I think you don't need to speak much. You just work, and work can be seen. And if you remember free primary education, it was real. Today it isn't. And Mwai Kibaki didn't have to talk about it. How kuipigia debe, he did it, and it was there for everybody to see and to feel. Let me, Judy and your siblings, thank you, because many people do not appreciate the place of family in leadership. There's no leader who can succeed if you don't have family support. The fact that Mwai Kibaki was a very successful leader in this country speaks volume of the support that the family gave him. And therefore, as we celebrate him, we want to honor the family for standing behind your father, supporting him at home, and allowing him to dedicate his life to the service of this great republic. Again, we also want to honor the Kibaki family because despite many challenges and temptations, you never allowed yourselves to be misused by entrepreneurs to spoil the name of your father and yourselves. Mwai Kibaki is gone, but his integrity and that of his family remains up. Nobody has ever associated Mwai Kibaki and his family in any scandal in this country. And we know the temptations around family by people who want to use proximity to power. So you have really dignified your father because his name is good and nobody has ever thrown him into anything that would have looked conflict of interest or commercial interest for his tenure in State House. He did a good job, and we want to really salute the family because that is really the way to go. Dr. Mukisa Kitui, we are envious of the cabinet you served at Mwai Kibaki, that you are allowed to speak. Justin Muturi and I can tell you, in the cabinet we served, it's only me and him who could speak. And that is why we had to be edged out. The rest are flower girls and praise and worship choir. So we would have wanted, you know, if things could reverse and we served at Mwai Kibaki, we would have enjoyed, because he would have allowed us to contribute, to make meaningful contribution to the management of the affairs of this country. Haji, I've heard you correctly about the place of DP in Othaya, but I'm more concerned not even about DP in Othaya. I am more concerned about the quality of leadership in that constituency that was led by Mwai Kibaki. A graduate of the London School of Economics, the greatest president of all times, a man who represented Othaya with wisdom, a man who was a good debater. Then when he was gone, the replacement of Mwai Kibaki, like today, it's a shame. Member of Parliament who never speaks in Parliament at all, who hasn't made any contribution on the floor of the House. And Othaya now is a pale shadow of the Othaya under Mwai Kibaki. Coming this general election in 2027, we shall talk to the people of Othaya to dignify the late Mwai Kibaki by looking for a quality legislator who, even if he cannot measure up to the level of Mwai Kibaki, can be there 60–70%. But the present situation in Othaya is embarrassing and is very demeaning to the late Mwai Kibaki and his family. And Othaya people are crying for a change, and we'll be having conversation with them so that they can look for quality leadership that can be able to hold the name of that great old man in high repute. So mimi nimeshukuru sana, tuko hapa na viongozi wengi ambaye sijui Haji unataka tuwapatie, unataka tufanye namna gani, to introduce them? What do you want to introduce them? Yeah, tuko na the Honorable Eugene Wamalwa, kiongozi wetu.